almost became the first elected woman governor. His questions, what are the issues? And I intend to bring these issues to the table today. And that's when I'm able to get Professor Emishonaya to join me on the program this afternoon. And don't forget also that we're making preparations as we speak for the Splash FM, Lagelu FM Night of Carols holding today at MOV 21, 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Oh, did you hear that? 4 p.m. Tokwe Alabi on the cards, Big Bolaji, and also choir from some churches that are going to be performing, singing the carol songs, the Christmas songs, as well as special performances. Wow. It promises to be big. It's the big deal, of course. The talking points of talking points across the land today. I hope you'll be there. I'll be there as well. So I'll basically be wrapping up the program very quickly in order to be able to join the train at the MOV 21 Event Center. That's just the MQ Abiola Way. It's now, that used to be called Ring Road. I hope we also know that it's now MQ Abiola Way. Okay, so those are the matters that I thought we should talk about. If you also look at the statistics as well, I know that, in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, millions of children were displaced, from school, and most of them girls. You begin to ask questions. Even the out-of-school statistics, about 14 million or 13 million out-of-school children across the country, most of them girls. So we've always been saying that, if you educate the girl child, the nation or the society will go a long way. Are we, near closing this gap, or have we closed it? What are the questions? If we've closed the gaps, then what are the questions? Why don't we still have them, women on top? That's the question. Someone wrote here, I'd like to read a bit of this. This article was published May 3rd of 2021. Is the Nigeria has few women in politics. Here's why and what to do about it. Written by Damilola Agbalajobi. Okay, she is a political scientist, and she's been talking about this matter. And then she said that there are few women in political and leadership spaces in Nigeria. Currently, out of 109 senators and 7 out of 109 senators, okay, I said that much a while ago, are women, and 22 out of 360 House of Representative members are women. So you begin to ask the question, what exactly are the missing links? Why don't you have more women on the space? And what are the barriers? We used to say glass ceilings. What are the issues today? It's still Talking Points on Splash FM. I'll be with you in a moment. I'd like to take a momentary break, and I'll be back in a moment. Don't go away, please.
Wow, everywhere just stay cool. Breeze they blow, weather con dey sweet me for body anyhow. As I ask to say now waiting they shell. That's what they tell me, say, Ekeresimesi don land oh, hey.
Ho, 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 Merry Christmas!
Country bros, country sisi, mommy, daddy, plus including one kunwa. He done the shell again oh, for Palms Mall.
Every day na party.
As Splash FM join body gidigba with their sister Lagelu FM, they come carry Santa Claus, Baba Ekeresimesi, come land inside Ibadan Palms Mall. Boah! Splash FM, Lagelu FM Christmas Fun Fair. Now time for children them, plus including the family, to enjoy, jollificate, plus Gbadu Ishi order from Wednesday, December 4th, go reach Friday, 24th of December. Every day from 9 o'clock in the morning, go reach 6 o'clock in the evening, the bon hey, children go play, plus see plenty etc. things like a Santa Claus, face painting, them go even collect boku etc. gifts. We go make a person shout, wow.
Ho, ho, ho!
Wow. My people, with 1,500 naira only, you go collect all this goody. All schools go collect 20% discount to once they carry their children, come Splash FM, Lagelu FM, Xmas Fun Fair. The best place to enjoy this Ekeresimesi.
Oh, Merry Christmas! Christmas.
All right, it's still Talking Points on Splash FM. Welcome back from that commercial break. I have on the line with me Professor Remi Shonaya, retired professor of French and Applied Linguistics, politician as well. She ran on the platform of Kowa Party in 2015 presidential election in Nigeria. Prof, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
It's good to have you on the program, madam. Yes, I told you a few seconds ago that the focus is essentially about getting women to participate effectively and efficiently in the political and leadership space. For quite some time now, we've always been talking about the glass ceilings or the socio-cultural barriers that, are there as impediments of stopping women from getting to the top in leadership positions, either at the corporate level or at governance level, or in the political space. I'd like you to tell us your deductions, basically, on the matter, being an advocate on this matter for quite some time now. Tell us, what are the conversations that we're not having on this matter?
All right. Thank you very much. I actually think that we have found that women are acceding to positions of leadership in practically all other areas of endeavor in the society. In the private sector, women are being appointed as, bank chairmen, chairpersons. They are professors in universities. They are in entertainment, tech companies are being run by women and so on. So it's primarily in the political realm that women have had the door shut against them, where there has been no inclusion. And honestly, I believe that it's because the stakes have been set so high in politics. Politics has become a high-stakes endeavor in Nigeria. Think of the amount of money that politicians manage to get into their private pockets. It is because of that there seems to be this monopoly, this ferocious attitude from the political class. They don't want to concede any space for anybody because the stakes are high. They earn millions upon millions. So if we did not have such high stakes in politics, and politics could become something that anybody who has the competence, if politics could become competence-driven, merit-driven, and not, all these manipulations, who do you know, who's your godfather, and so on and so forth, then we will find that women and other marginalized groups will be able to compete favorably with others.
I like the idea of making it merit driven so that we can get women who are excelling in the corporate space to also be able to bring their knowledge and skill to political landscape as well. You said the stakes have been set so high, particularly because a lot of money is needed to run a political campaign. One big question for me is, I understand that it is political parties that should sponsor candidates, but the political parties themselves are seemingly reluctant to give women the space. Have you been able to ask questions about structure of political parties and why it has been difficult for women to penetrate?
Well, I believe that what I said really captures what is happening. It's all about money and what you stand to gain. And those who know that they stand to gain, a lot, they're not willing to let somebody else come, and take their place. Of course, there are several political parties. They will say, "Oh, okay, we are allowing women to compete. Don't pay for forms and so on." So they say either women pay a reduced fee for the forms, for the nomination forms, or don't pay at all. We give them free forms. They know they can do that because they are not planning on really taking the women seriously. They know that they are not going to give them any serious chance. So like my own party, for instance, everybody who contested paid, the reasonable nomination fee of 1 million naira each. That was it, But these very, how would I say it, dubious kinds of parties, the parties with dubious practices. They say, go and bring 20 million and things like that. The way the political sector operates, it's not even reflective of our society. Here we are, having poverty so rampant. We are the poverty capital of the world, and yet the political system is set up to be so expensive. So it creates a very wide gap between the political class and the generality of the people. And that's not how it's supposed to be. You are talking about funding political campaigns. Usually it's the people that will fund their parties. People fund their candidates and things like that. In Nigeria, it's the candidates that pay the electorate instead of the electorate contributing to fund the campaign of the candidate.
Okay, thanks, Prof. I still talking points on Splash FM 105.5 here in the city of Ibadan. I'm speaking with Professor Remi Shonaya, politician and a retired professor. She ran on the platform of Kowa Party in 2015 presidential election in Nigeria. Prof, I'd like to come to this solution part of it. You were talking about, monopoly and money and the rest of it. Would it be okay to say that we will need a general legislation to make political parties, or to make society generally see reason why women have to be given the space? I know that you have the 35% affirmative action, you have all these other documents or policy documents and all that. It looks like we will need a review of the Constitution, basically. I was reading some of your postulations a while ago. You called for a review of the Constitution to guarantee more women in leadership positions. Do you see this current system allowing things like that to happen?
Actually, that is what seems to be happening already. You know that there was, as part of the constitutional review process, there were calls from many quarters for the creation of special seats for women in the National Assembly and also in the State Assembly. So the proposal is that there would be 111 extra seats created for the National Assembly that can only be contested for by women. So one extra seat for each state of our senator, and then 74 for the national for the House of Representatives. Normally I am not very enthusiastic about these kinds of how would I say, these kinds of interventions, because I believe that if there were a level playing ground for everybody, Nigerian women don't need those kinds of special interventions. We are capable, no doubt about it. look at what Nigerian women are doing around the world. They are being invited into to serve in the cabinets of other countries and so on. And then you have two Nigerian women occupying two of the most important seats worldwide. Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala of WTO and Mrs. Amina Mohammed, the Deputy Secretary General of the United Nations. That is what Nigerian women can do. So, but apparently our men are not going to concede anything. You know, like I said, the tendency is to monopolize and not to yield any space for up and coming, or for new entrants into the political field.
That was Prof. That was basically why I asked about why I asked that question. You said it's a proposal, yes, to create 111 extra seats. You also said that you are not very enthusiastic about this. So where do we go from here? That's the question, basically, because it's also a concern for all of us to see women at the top. I was saying a while ago that the first time we ever saw a woman act as a governor in Nigeria was when Vegi Etiaba was, sworn in as governor, when Peter Obi was removed. The nearest we went to, getting a woman elected as governor in Nigeria was the Taraba, experience, which never happened. So do you think that we'll be able to get the National Assembly to push this proposal through? Do you think that we'll be able to, what exactly do we need to look for to get this proposal to sail through?
It will need for one to have the ability to foretell the future, to answer to those kinds of questions. And I can't foretell the future. I don't know what will happen. I don't know whether we will be able to force the National Assembly. What I do know is that we must continue to press what we want. And one day it must happen. So that's the thing. Let's not ask the question with the National agree, will it be possible? Will we ever have women? No, I don't think those are the real questions. The real question is, what is our duty? And our duty is to keep pressing for the kinds of changes that we want to see. If it does not pass now, we will bring it up again. We will, if it means, retweaking it or whatever, we will do so. And it also is important for the women, we women ourselves, to organize. People have been saying women themselves don't vote for women. And it is true. We are all in this sort of male-oriented society together. We have all been socialized together into not viewing women as capable of political leadership. So all of us need a reorientation. So we must talk to ourselves, we must organize, and also the young people. They were also at the conference that I'm attending, challenging themselves and saying, look, we need to begin to organize. We have the numbers. Look, how many people end up electing the people that we have? 15% of the population and so on. So that means that there is still a huge percentage of people who don't even get involved in the political process at all. We must target those people and convince them, of the need to get involved and to vote the right kind of people into political office.
Okay, but before I let you go, Madam, Prof, I understand that you gave a keynote address to you're attending a conference and you gave a keynote address basically on, you were saying that our ceiling is not made of glass. And you were talking about breaking barriers to women's inclusion in political leadership in Nigeria. Mm-hmm. I'd like you to, give us, just crystallize for us your main submission on the day.
Oh, okay, yes, thank you very much. I gave a paper this morning saying that, the expression is that when a woman manages to break into a space which maybe up until then, was not accessible to women. We say that she has broken the glass ceiling. And I therefore said that a lot of women have broken ceilings in different other areas, in the private sector, education, and so on and so forth, but that in politics, women are not breaking the ceiling at all. So that's why I said, definitely, the ceiling we have to break is not made of glass. If it were made of glass, we would be able to break easily. So it seems that we are contending against concrete walls, concrete ceilings, or reinforced glass ceilings that don't break easily. So, but we must continue to push forward. And above all, let us take example from other places where changes have been brought about because they inspired themselves from the things that happened. I gave the example of Liberia, that voted for Mrs. Service at the end of the Liberian War. They saw in it an opportunity to vote for somebody who would help, figuratively to nurse the country back into health. And also Jamaica, with the election of Mrs. Kamala Harris as the vice president of the United States. Because she's of Jamaican origin, Jamaicans told themselves, if we can have Mrs. Harris in America and she's accepted there, why should we not accept the women in Jamaica in leadership positions? With that consciousness, they inspired themselves. And the number of women in the Jamaican parliament shot up drastically, radically. So that is the kind of thing that I am hoping we will do. The fact of Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, of Amina Mohammed, in these exalted positions, should that not challenge us to say, hey, we have these women there, why can we not have women in political leadership in Nigeria?
Professor Remi Shunaya, I want to ask a question. Are you running again? Are you going to be taking a shot again? 2023 is here.
I don't know yet. That's the answer. I don't know yet. We'll see, what the future, brings in the next maybe few months or something like that.
All right, thanks very much, Madam. I've been speaking with Professor Remi Shunaya, retired professor of French and Applied Linguistics and presidential candidate on the platform of Kowa Party in the 2015 elections. Professor Remi Shunaya, thank you very much for speaking with Splash FM.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much once again, Prof. Okay, still talking points on Splash FM here in the city of Ibadan. A commercial break, and I'll be back.
Omnibis. Better than Lado. Omnibis, they reward customers with jolly prizes this season. Lucky customers go win jolly prize like generator, freezer, and other consolation prizes there. The Oga Pata winner go enjoy 1 year shop rent. It never end though. All customers go win 1,000 naira on every purchase delivered from now till December 24th. Buy more, win more. Everybody is a winner. Visit shop.omnibis.app or download the app now.
Hello, blessed people. My name is Tokwe Alabe. This is to invite you specially and personally to Night of Carols with Splash FM 105.5 Ibadan. Are you ready? The venue is MOV 21 Event Center, Ring Road, Ibadan, and the time is 4 p.m. prompt. Tell somebody to tell somebody. It's going to be awesome that day. Amen. See you there.
Building on the successful completion of our first session with attendance testimony of our professional handling of the classes, we invite interested applicants to enroll for the next stream at the Splash FM Media Academy, an arm of the West Midlands Communications Limited. Our mandate to restore professional excellence in the broadcast industry is still on course, and that's why we invite you to hurry up and enroll now for full-time and part-time intensive practical lectures in presentation, journalism, programs and content development, basic production and digital media. Hausa, presentation in Yoruba, and so on, leading to the award of Certificate of Proficiency in Broadcast Journalism. Course duration is 6 weeks of intensive practical classes plus interactive practical mentorship sessions with veterans and industrial placement. To register, visit the Splash FM Media Academy beside White House, Felele, Ibadan. For inquiries, call 070-543-93332 or 080-569-98676. On Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, we are at Splash FM Academy.
Bode, now what do you dey find for kitchen?
My dear, na spoon to drink off medicine.
Honey, take comics. Just here, drink and get relief.
Yes, so summer comics for scratch throat. Comics get dextromethorphan and guaifenesin. Just here, drink and get relief from cough. Ide kulele to drink.
I dey relief now. I love comics.
Now, Orange Drugs Limited, they distribute comics. Products will make you drowsy. If symptoms never stop after 3 days, make you waka go see your doctor. Comics, Ide kulele.
lẹ́nìkan bá ń bi mí ohun tí mo máa ṣe tí bá jowó tó tówó gidi mo ronú mílíọ̀nù kan náírà àbí ìyẹn ò tó nǹkan kan rárá bóyá pẹ̀lú bíi 5 tàbí 10 mo lè.
mú àlárere rẹ ṣẹ pẹ̀lú ìpolongo Airtel Recharge and Blow níbi tí gbogbo èèyàn ti jẹ́ olúborí ra owó ìpè dójú àmì lọ́sọ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ kó o sì gbádùn ẹ̀bùn owó tó tó 100 mílíọ̀nù náírà. ìpolongo yìí ń wá sópin ní oṣù December ọdún 2021 fún àlàyé síwájú sí testa 444*4#.
Airtel, the smartphone network.